Dear students, greetings from Dr. T. Sendil Murugan, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Information Technology, Kakatiya Institute of Technology and Science, Warangal. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about dynamic memory allocation concept. Dynamic memory allocation means while executing or run the program, it will allocate the memory for the variables which we are used in the program. Okay, that is dynamic memory allocation. So what are the functions are there? How it will be allocate the memory, and how it will reallocate the memory, and how we can remove those allocated memory. Those things we will discuss in this video. So this is the weekly lecture 2, classroom discussion topic, CDT 8, dynamic memory allocation functions. So what is dynamic memory allocation and what are the functions are there, how it is working, that we will see in this. Before starting this video, we must know the outcome of this lecture. After completion of this lecture, students will be able to develop a C program to allocate memory at the time of execution if need to extend the memory size for an array. So as per our curriculum and syllabus, we have to discuss about dynamic memory allocation for one-dimensional array and two-dimensional array. So because of that only I included array here. So what is array? Normally we know that array is collection of similar elements. So when we are using normal array, so at the time of compilation, it will allocate the memory. So example, if you know that already I told whenever we are discussing data type, array name with the size, if you are saying that means 10 integer elements, means if example integer will take 4 bytes means 10 into 4 bytes, 40 bytes will be allocated at the time of compilation. This is static memory allocation. So what happened due to this? We have some, we want to extend the array size. Okay. So we don't have enough space for required elements. In this situation, what we will do? For that only, we will go for dynamic array. What is dynamic array? Which array allocate memory at the time of execution? That is considered as a dynamic array. Okay. So we can change the size. If once we allocate the memory, we can change the size of the array also. That is dynamic array. So for that, what are the functions are there? We have three functions: malloc function, calloc function, and realloc function. Finally, function free also is there. So this M allocation means memory allocation. Okay, so simply we can say M for memory. Alloc means allocation, memory allocation normally. C allocation means continuous memory allocation. Okay, continuous allocation. So here it will allocate the memory, and this is also allocate the memory, but it is continuously allocate the memory. And reallocation means once we are allocated the size, then we want to change the size, or that is meaning of resizing the array, no, that is considered the reallocation. So after allocate the memory, definitely we have to free the memory. Free means release the memory. Okay, once we are allocated means it will be occupied the space in the RAM. So if you execute the program, your work is over, then you have to release the memory. For that we need free function. Okay, we will see one by one. First one is dynamic array. Okay, malloc function. What is malloc? M means memory allocation. Okay, so that's why we are saying malloc. What we will do here, it will allocate single large block of memory. Okay, so what it will do? Memory allocation, it will allocate single block with large block of memory. Okay, so memory allocation, malloc function will allocate how many bytes it will take, total byte size, it will allocate the single block. That is malloc function will do. Whenever we are using this dynamic memory allocation, we must be include header file like standard library header file. Okay. So if we are using, then only these functions will work without error. So this is index for mallocate function. So what we have to do? So we have to create one pointer. Why? If the memory is allocated, where it is allocated we don't know. So for that we need the pointer to pointing the first location of the created memory. Okay. So normally pointer what it will do? Pointing to the memory location. So if in array, it will pointing to the first location of the array. Okay. So the pointer we can create and cast type. That means the type of the data. It may be integer or float or character, whatever it may be. You can give the type of the data with the pointer. So we are creating the integer pointer or float pointer or character pointer, we can say. Then M allocation means it's a keyword. malloc is the keyword we can use for memory allocate. The byte size you can mention, okay, how much byte you want. So example 100 into integer size we can represent, okay, 100 into size of integer. So how many elements are there? It may be 100 integer array if you are created means 100 into size of integer, 100 into size of float, like that you can give. That we will see in the next slide. Okay, so here you just see pointer, we are creating the pointer. With integer pointer, we are mentioned the cast type as integer and mallec is the keyword we are used. And how much size, total size is 100, a of 100. For example, a of 100 will take 100 is the size. So 100 into size of integer. What pointer you are using? Integer pointer. So integer block. You can create total single block 100 into, in case integer is 4 byte means 100 into 4. Okay. So 400 bytes will be allocated in a single block. Okay. So what happen in case if mallec fails? If there is no space in the memory, we are not able to allocate 400 bytes at a time. What it will do? It will return the null pointer. Null pointer means the pointer is not pointing to any location. Okay. If memory created means the pointer is pointing to the first location of the memory. Clear? If the pointer is null means what is that? We are unable to create the memory. Okay. So it will return the null pointer. So based on the null pointer only we can check if it is created or not. Okay. So if null pointer is there means memory is not created. If null pointer is not there, then memory is created. So this is sample program. You just see here I am creating one pointer and I will get the size. So size we will get it from the user. So size we will get it. Based on the size, how many elements you want. Based on the size, you can create the memory initially. Okay. So size of the integer into size, the same syntax we are used to. So what we have to check, the pointer is null or not, we have to check. If it is null means memory is not allocated. Okay. If it is not null, else what? The memory is successfully allocated using mallec function. So after allocated the memory, what we have to do? Get elements of the array. So where, how we will get the elements for the array? So for j equal to 0, j less than size. Already we know the size of that particular thing. Plus j we can write. So individual pointer. So what is that? Pointer array. Pointer of j, pointer of 0, pointer of 1. That means it will pointing to the next location. Each location only. Okay. So first one, pointer of 0 means it will pointing to the j plus 1 pointer. J plus 1 means why we are using j? J is pointer of 0 is 0 plus 1. 1 will be stored, 2 will be stored, 3 will be stored, like that. It will be there. Okay, how many elements you are given? That many value will be stored in the particular location. So pointer of 0 means first location. Pointer of 1 means second location. That's why we are using j plus 1 here. Okay. So this j plus 1 is pointing to next location. So this will be used for allocating the value. Directly it will allocate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this array. Okay, up to size. How many size you are given accordingly. So once the values are read, So what you have to do, you have to print the array whichever we are created. So 0 to size you will take, pointer of k you can print. Already pointer is pointing to the first location. If pointer of 0 means first location, pointer of 1 means second location. So it will print one by one. So here this comma is not there. If comma is required means you can print here. This is C output. Because of this comma, we are given comma inside the double quotes. Okay. So number of elements, if we will give 5, so it will create the memory. If memory is created means after that, what is the element you are given in input, that will be printed. Okay. So in this program, directly it will take the sequence number. So now dynamic array using CLF function. C means contiguous allocation. Continuous allocation means continuously it will allocate. Okay. So what is the difference between MLF and CLF? So dynamic allocate specified number of blocks. So there is only one block here. Specified number of blocks of memory will be created. Okay. After creating it, it will initialize the each block with the default value of 0. If 5 blocks, if you are saying that 5 block will be created, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if you are not given value, initially it will store value as 0. But MLF function not allocate 0 value. But that MLF function create only one block of total memory. But here individual block is there. Number of blocks we can give. Accordingly, it will allocate the memory. Difference is that CLF take two arguments instead of one as compared to MLF function. In MLF function, only one argument we are passing. Here, two argument we will passing. Okay, we will provide the size of the each element and then number of elements. Okay, if you are taken float means what is the size of float as well as how many float elements you are taken, that you have to give. Okay, so see here how many elements and what is the size, that you have to give. So simply same like the allocation function, type you have to give, pointer symbol you have to use, CLF instead of MLF CLF you have to have. There only size of the elements we are given, but here two elements are there. One is number of elements, another one is size of the element. If example see here, CLF function, 5 is the number of elements. And what are the values? It may be the float values means float size. You can fix size of the float. If in case float have 4 bytes, means 5 into 4 bytes will be created. That is creating the memory. After creating is pointer is pointing to this location. Okay. So same like that M allocation, where it is differ only where we are using that C allocate function. The remaining all are same with the previous program. So what is the advantage here? Only the number and size of the memory space. Okay, remaining all are same. So next one is resize of the array. Resize means already we created the array, we want to resize it. That is the reallocation function. Okay. So reallocate means reallocation function. If previously allocated memory, it will change the size. If example, how we can do, we can create a pointer equal to reallocate of pointer value, comma, what is the new size you want, you will give. So accordingly, it will be work. This is a sample program for reallocation. Okay, C allocation. First C allocate the memory, how many size and size of the integer it will get. So integer size of block will be allocated for number of size of the elements. If created means the pointer is created means memory is successfully created, otherwise memory is not created. So we have to check it will return null pointer or not. If return the null pointer means we can say memory is not allocated. But if there is no null character means some memory will be allocated. Whatever the requirements is there, that will be allocated. After allocating, you will give the values. So j value 0 no. So pointer of 0 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to size it will print sequence number. After printing that same printf statement using pointer, it will print all the elements. So this is up to this last program and this program are same. So the remaining is the reallocation. What it is there? We have to create one temporary pointer So that pointer you can change the size. Pointer equal to reallocation of which pointer you are used previously and size into size of the integer. So what you have to do, size you are changed here. Previously, what is the size? Size equal to 5. Okay. So but after that what we did? We are changing the size of the value of size. So here we are given 10. There 5 is there, here 10 is there. Because of that we are taking size is 10 and size of the integer. So maybe 4 bytes means 40 bytes will allocate and pointer is pointing to the first location. If not pointer means memory reallocation failed. Okay, if you are not getting pointer, it is allocating the failed and temporary value will be assigned to pointer. Else, memory is successfully reallocated using reallocate function. Okay, after reallocation, same. We can use the printing the continuous values up to the given elements. So what's the main difference? While we are using MLC, one block will be created, but CLC more than one block. How many blocks we want, we will give as n value. It will take only one argument. Here it will take two arguments. One argument means size of the block. Here n number of elements and size of the block. Two elements it will take. So he is faster. It is faster than CLC, but it is slower than MLC. High time efficiency. Okay. So here low time efficiency. Finally, it is used to indicate memory allocation. It is used to indicate continuous memory allocation. So if memory is created, what happens if we are not deleted means it will occupy the spaces. If more time, more program we are written means it will occupy more space. It will be disturb the system to compute. So for that we have to delete that memory. For that we need free function. In this function you will just give free of the pointer means the pointer is not pointing to the same location. So we are release the pointer means that entire memory will be reusable. Okay. So now this is a small question. How many arguments will be take by CLC and MLC? Arguments, number of elements. How many elements are there? You can find the answer. I will give 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your time is over. I hope you have written the answer. If our answer is correct, then you can proceed further. Otherwise, you will go back and watch the video once again. Then you will try to answer it. Okay. Answer is 2 element required for CLC function. Only one argument required for MLC function. If you are written correct, congratulations. So in the summary, we have discussed about MLC with the syntax. MLC is allocated a single block of memory. It will have less memory spaces. But CLC means it will allocate the continuous memory, but we have to give the 2 argument. Based on the argument, it will allocate the memory. Reallocation means the size, it will be changed using reallocation, which will already created using MLC and the CLC. Free memory means it will free the previously allocated memory. Okay, with example programs we seen. So we are now in end of this video. Based on the discussion, we have to solve this problem. Develop a C program to allocate memory while executing the program using DMA functions for extend the size of an array. Okay. So I hope you are enjoyed this video. Now we are in the lecture outcome revisited. Having completed the discussion on dynamic memory allocation functions, now students should be able to develop a C program to allocate memory at the time of execution if need to extend the memory size for an array. So further doubt, you can refer the Appendix A in Rima Taraja textbook under the topic of memory allocation in C programs. Thank you very much. If any doubt is there, please come with the doubt for the classroom discussion. Thank you very much for listening.